Tomatoes. We slice them, crush them, turn them into ketchup, pizza sauce, and salsa. But here's the crazy part. Just a few centuries ago, people thought tomatoes were deadly poison. Today, on The Grow Together, we're unraveling the evolution of the tomato, from tiny bitter berries in South America to the superstar of kitchens worldwide. And stick around, because I'll share the wild story of a man who ate a basket of tomatoes in front of a horrified crowd and survived. Let's go back 7,000 years and meet the tomato's surprising past. Our journey starts about 7,000 years ago in the Andes of Peru and Ecuador. Wild tomatoes were nothing like today. Small, bitter, and barely edible. But early farmers noticed something. Some plants tasted a little less harsh. Generation after generation, they carefully replanted the better ones, transforming a wild berry into a food crop. By around 500 BCE, the Aztecs and Mayans were cultivating tomatoes. They called them tomatl. They mixed them with chili peppers and squash to create an early salsa. Imagine tasting the world's first spicy tomato sauce. Tomatoes were part food, part culture, a staple in Mesoamerican tables. When Spanish explorers returned to Europe in the 1500s, they brought tomatoes with them. But Europe wasn't ready. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, which includes deadly plants. People looked at the shiny red fruit and thought, poison. Wealthy Europeans did get sick after eating tomatoes, not from the fruit but because tomato acidity leached lead from their pewter plates. The poor tomato got the blame. But not everyone was afraid. In southern Europe, especially Italy and Spain, people took a chance. They cooked tomatoes with bread, olive oil, and pasta. By the 1600s, tomatoes were simmering in sauces across Naples. By the 1700s, they were topping flatbreads that would evolve into pizza. From suspicion to obsession, the tomato had found its European home and began reshaping cuisines worldwide. It became comfort food, street food, and the heart of regional dishes. In 1820, in Salem, New Jersey, Colonel Robert Gibbon Johnson made history. To prove tomatoes weren't deadly, he stood before a massive crowd and ate an entire basket of fresh tomatoes. The crowd expected him to drop dead. Instead, he smiled, unharmed. The tomato's reputation in America was saved. Today's tomatoes are bigger, juicier, and come in thousands of varieties. From cherry tomatoes to giant beefsteaks, from golden yellows to deep purples, we've turned one plant into a rainbow of flavors. In the 20th century, breeders focused on durability, easy to ship, but sometimes less tasty. Now, scientists and farmers are bringing back heirloom tomatoes bursting with flavor. New methods like hydroponics and vertical farming let us grow them in city skyscrapers, even in space research labs. So the tomato keeps evolving, through tradition, science, and a lot of curious taste tests. Fact 1. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit, but in 1893, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled they're a vegetable for trade and tax reasons. Fact 2. Over 180 million tons of tomatoes are grown every year, making them one of the most consumed fruits in the world. Fact 3. The world's largest tomato weighed more than 10 pounds, bigger than a newborn baby. And yes, ketchup is practically a national pastime. The next time you bite into pizza or drizzle ketchup on fries, remember, you're enjoying a fruit with a 7,000-year journey from wild Andes berries to global superstar. What's your favorite tomato dish? Drop it in the comments. Salsa, pizza, or fresh off the vine. Thanks for watching The Grow Together. See you next time.